Needless to say, you can find an A-line kurta in every woman's wardrobe. They complement every body type and look great for every occasion. Brunching with friends, just throw them on with palazzos, formal wear for office. They've got you covered. So if you are looking to create a stylish A-line kurta for yourself, this video is for you. In this video, you will learn how to cut the front, back and sleeve pieces of the kurta using a template, creating facing strips, sewing the front and the back pieces together, attaching the facing strip to the neckline, joining the sleeves, finishing the side seam and hem along with the slits, and finally finishing the neckline. For an A-line kurta, you will need 3 meters of fabric, half a meter of cotton fabric for the neck facing. The template for the A-line kurta, which you can download from your website www.ushasew.com. Water-soluble marker, scale, measuring tape, scissors, beading pins and matching thread. Let's begin. Step 1. Template marking and cutting. Take any fabric of your choice. Fold it lengthwise like shown in the video. Now, place the front template of the A-line kurta on the wrong side of the fabric. Make sure that the folds on the fabric match the on-fold marking on the template. We have to pin this template on the fabric now. Take some beaded pins and proceed to pin the entire template. Once done, use a marking pen to trace the template on the fabric. Then unpin the template and keep it aside. Take a pair of scissors and cut along the drawn lines. Be careful with this step as this can make or break your pattern. Fold the fabric again lengthwise. Next, place the back template to the wrong side of the fabric and repeat the same process as before. Pin the template in place with beaded pins. Then trace the template. After tracing, unpin the template and grab a pair of scissors and proceed to cut along the drawn lines. Cut carefully at the neckline as it's a circular shape. Your final cut piece should look like this. Now take the remaining fabric and fold it into half in a way the right side faces the right side. Place the sleeve template over the fabric and fix it in place with some beaded pins. Once you are done, trace the sleeve and then unpin the template. Keep the template aside and repin the fabric to secure them in place for cutting. Post that, use a pair of scissors to cut along the drawn lines. Unpin the cut sleeve fabric and you should have 2 sleeve pieces like shown in the video. Next on the list is creating the facing strips for the neckline to give it a neater finish. Take any matching fabric, fold it in half and lay it on the table. Take the front template of the A-line kurta and place it on the fabric as shown. To recap, this is the front portion of the neckline and this is the shoulder. We have to trace both these parts on the fabric like shown. After you are done, remove the template and bring out the measuring tape. Measure exactly 1.5 inches from the drawn front neckline and create a mark. Do this across the drawn line like shown in the video. Now, use a ruler to draw a straight line with the help of the marked points. Then pin the fabric in place and cut the strip out of the fabric. The same process will be repeated with the back template. This is the back of the neck and hence the curve. Draw the neckline and the shoulder. Remove the template and then use a measuring tape to mark 1.5 inches from the curved neckline. After you are done, use your free hand to draw the curve with the help of the markings. Again, pin the fabric in place and cut out the back-facing strip. Our two strips should look like this. Step 2. Joining the front and back pieces. We now have to attach the front and back kurta pieces together. Start by laying the front side of the kurta right side up on the table and then place the back side over it. Right side facing the right side. Let's pin both the shoulders together. It's time to get sewing. Take the pin pieces to your Usha Janome Allure DLX sewing machine. Align the edge of the shoulder. Next, set the pattern stitch selector dial to A, which is straight stitches, and stitch length dial to 2.5 and start sewing. Don't forget to do reverse stitches at the start and at the end to lock the stitches in place. Remove the pins as you sew. Cut off the extra thread and move to the other shoulder. We've stitched both the shoulders. Step 3. Preparing the neck facing strip and attaching it to the neckline. Take the front and the back facing strip and unpin them. Open them. Now, place the back strip over the front strip right side facing the right side and pin the shoulder together like shown in the video. Take the pinned facing strip to the sewing machine. Start sewing. Remove the pin as you start to sew and don't forget the reverse stitches. They are important even for a small strip like this. Similarly, sew on the other side as well. After you are done, we'll be attaching the facing strips to the kurta pieces. This is our shoulder line and this is the neckline where the strips will be attached. Turn the kurta so that the right side of the kurta faces you and place the strip over it as shown, right side facing the right. Align the corners and pin them in place. We'll now be stitching the facing to the kurta like shown in the video. Remove the pins as you sew. After you are done, slash just over the V-neck and all over the circular back to ensure that the fabric sits well when worn. Be careful to cut just under and not over the fresh stitches. Once done, turn the strip like shown in the video and do top stitches over the strip. Do this all across the neck. Your stitches should look like this. Let's leave the neckline as of now. Step 4. Attaching the sleeves. Next on the list is joining the sleeves. Lay the kurta right side up and place the sleeves adjacent to it. Now fold the sleeve in half and create a notch on the sleeve in the center. Place the sleeve over the kurta, right side facing right, and align the notch with the shoulder line and pin it in place. Continue pinning the entire sleeve circle. We'll repeat the same steps on the other side. Fold the sleeve in half. Create a notch. Match this notch to the center of the shoulder line and pin them in place. After you are done, let's attach these pinned pieces together. Align the edge of the sleeve with the presser foot and begin sewing. Remove the pins as you go. Once you are done with one side, repeat the same procedure on the other side. Step 5. Finishing the side seams, sleeve hem and bottom hem. Post attaching the sleeves, we will work on the side seams. Join the armhole points of the sleeve and pin them in place as shown in the video. Pause when you reach the hips as we need to account for side slit. Measure 19 inches from the bottom of the kurta and mark it. The depth of the slit depends from person to person. We have taken the measure as 19 inches, but you can change it as per your convenience. Mark 19 inches on the other side as well and continue pinning the fabric above the side slit. Time to sew the pinned side seam. Align the sleeve hem to the presser foot and begin sewing. Don't forget to lock the stitches with a reverse stitch. Remove the pins as you go. Stop when you reach the side slit mark. Shift to the other side. Repeat the same procedure on the other side. After you are done with both sides, we'll do the zigzag stitches over the side seams to avoid any frayed edges. Set the pattern selector dial to C and stitch length dial to 1.5 and begin sewing. The process might seem repetitive, but it gives a cleaner finish to your clothes. Start from the start of the slit and make your way to the sleeve on both the sides. We'll also do the zigzag stitches on the sleeve. Once you are done, your stitches should look like this. Now we'll work on hemming the sides. This has to be done in one continuous stitch. Start at the bottom of the front piece. Fold the cloth inside by ½ inch twice and place the folded section under the presser foot. But before you start sewing, reset the pattern stitch selector to straight stitch, which is A, and stitch length to 2.5. Begin sewing and make your way to the slit of the opposite end. Use the pivot technique to get from the front fabric to the back fabric. This technique involves turning the cloth without lifting the needle. Make your way down the back piece. When you come to the bottom edge of the back, cut any excess fabric and fold the raw edge as shown and continue stitching and continue folding as you go along. At the other edge of the back piece, fold the edges as shown and continue pivoting and sewing. Pivot to the front slit and make your way to the edge again from where you started. The idea is not to break the stitch and complete the hemming in one single stitch. Good job! Next, we work on hemming the sleeve. That is much easier than the bottom hem. Fold the sleeve inside by ½ inch twice. But before sewing, remove the accessory box of the machine for the ease of stitching circular seams. Start hemming the sleeve. After you are done, cut the extra thread and repeat the process on the other sleeve. Don't forget to cut loose threads to give our kurta a neater finish and iron the seams to set the stitches into the fabric. Step 6. Finishing the neckline. The last step in the process is to hem the neckline. We will use hand stitches for this. Fold the facing strip inwards towards the wrong side like shown and hand sew on the edge. Do this all across the neckline. Keep folding as you go. And we are done. Your final kurta should look like this. Doesn't it look absolutely perfect? Comfortable, stylish and chic. The perfect combination anyone could ask for. Let us know what you think and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.